Hello collective, welcome to the channel. Well, I was woke up bright and early, like 2:30 in the morning. I guess I need to do a read. We're gonna check in with spirit, see what's going on. It's very quiet this morning. Like I barely heard somebody say, "You want to come over?" So it's like the psychic connections with those who are using other people's minds as meeting rooms at the midnight hour. It seems like all of that's being shut down. Like they're no longer able to do that, or it's being cut off. We're going to have to experience the day to see how loud or quiet it is. Holy Spirit, Divine Spirit, please tap in. Let us see what's going on with the collective for humanity on the planet. Please, what's going on with this this field of collective consciousness, and how that's happening, how that's going to pan out for society. All right. All right, everybody. In the central energy, we have the Seven of Cups. Somebody might be stuck in an illusion. They may be having a fantasy, stuck in a fantasy. There might be some opportunity. In the challenge position, Nine of Wands. It's time to heal. You're battle worn. In the subconscious, we've got the Queen of Pentacles. In the recent past, whoa. In the recent past, you've got Ten of Wands. Burden. Intentions, expectations. Two of Swords. Blind to the truth. Stuck in the middle. In the near future, King of Cups. The lens is being looked through. Ooh, this came out and turned into the reverse. Queen of Cups in the reverse. In the environment, Knight of Wands. Hopes and fears. The Sun. And the outgoing energy. Page of Cups. Nine of Pentacles. Life of luxury. Your hard work pays off. And you got this Cup of Love. And the King of Swords knows the truth about the greed and the hoarding, the control over the foundation. And he's battle ready. He's standing up for himself, taking the high road. There's been a lot of illusions and deception regarding union, soulmate connections. And the Hierophant and the High Priestess is here, cutting people off. The Devil is in a tower. Darling, don't be afraid. I for you for 1,000 years. Love you for 1,000 more. Alright, so we got a 7 of Cups. Let go. The illusions, those who are casting illusions and those who were having a fantasy are being let go. Making room for the new beginning on its way to you now. It's time to heal. Time to heal. We've got distance. You and your partner may be physically or emotionally distant. Queen of Pentacles. Divorce. Experiencing a breakup. Ten of Wands. In the recent past, luck is on your side. Two of Swords. Fire sign. Making some tough decisions. King of Cups. Open your heart. Open your heart. But we have a Queen of Cups in the reverse. Smothering and spiteful commitment. Somebody has a commitment with the selfish Queen of Cups. Knight of Wands. Charming. Cycle. One cycle ends, another begins. King of Cups opened his heart to a Queen of Cups in the reverse. The Sun. There's a celebration. Or there's a hope for it. This Knight of Wands is confident that he'll get a new beginning here. Intimacy. A new intimate beginning. And we've got the Page of Cups here. Spirituality, a crush. Liar. Taking a gamble and lying. So we've got a Page of Cups here. It's a gambler taking a gamble. This liar is taking a gamble. Caution. Mercury retrograde and research. Do your research. So yeah, somebody's trying to get back in. So use caution and just a few more months, because these third-party enemies are trying to get back into the energy. Okay, we have a confused sexuality, a gold digger. Could be an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, having challenges, communicating with a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. There's an earth sign here, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, wanting date night to travel back in. They're giving it time. They did a love spell. So don't ignore the red flags, because you've got a narcissist here trying to get you pregnant. All right, move on. You're unavailable. Tell them to move on. There's a health issue. Whoever this is, they got some kind of health issue they want to offload onto you with this intimate encounter. They want to extract out your life of luxury, and they want to download some kind of disease. some kind of health issue. That's sad. I don't know why that Queen of Cups has to be in the reverse. Let's see what we got going on. We got, so you're letting go of the fantasy or the illusion. Vanity. You're letting go of vanity. So they were casting illusions, and you're letting go of vanity. Those who are looking in the mirror all the time, telling themselves they're you. You're tired of this. It's time to heal. We've got distance here. Distance, religion. So vanity, religion, those who are praising themselves and seeing themselves as your only path to God are at a distance. Time to heal. Queen of Pentacles is very grounded here. We've got a divorce. There's some kind of divorce, a breakup, and justice. Justice is happening. Ten of Wands, burden. Luck is on your side. Teacher. You may be able to teach people about the burdens that you have carried and how you manage that. We've got some tough decisions being made here regarding a fire sign. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Labor. The labor. The work that the fire sign is doing. We got tough decisions to make. There's a King of Cups here. Caring and compassion and open heart. Heart is open. And he's on a spiritual throne. However, we have a Queen of Cups in the reverse here that's wanting a commitment with this King of Cups. She's very spiteful. She could be very spiteful about a commitment. This King of Cups might actually get with the Queen of Cups in the reverse. Somebody who doesn't have any peace. So this is a Queen of Cups reverse. They want a commitment with a King of Cups on a spiritual throne. They're not having any peace. We've got Knight of Wands. It's confident about this new cycle. We got location, but it kind of came out in the reverse. So they may not have a hidden location. They might not be able to find out where you are. Their hope is to get a rebirth, with an intimate rebirth. They're not able to find your location. Somebody's targeting, it looks like to me, visitation. So somebody wants to come and see you and sex you up. Page of Cups is here. They got a crush on you. There's spirituality. They might come in and try to offer, but this is a gambler and a liar. They're taking a risk. They're trying to get creative regarding getting back in your energy. King of Cups on your spiritual throne. You've got a Queen of Cups in the reverse. There's things are getting serious. You could be with a Queen of Cups in the reverse. She has no peace. You should use caution. She's trying to attach to you for this Nine of Pentacles. This is an actress with limited perception, and they're gonna bring, look, martyr, man. They want to martyr your shine. You got to stay away from this with your ever freaking more, and they want to take your home to the freaking grave. Okay, this Queen of Cups reversed, whoever this is, they don't have any peace, and they're wanting to mess you up. That's terrible, King of Cups. You're letting go of vanity, but it's right here trying to get a commitment with you. You're on your spiritual throne. They want you to open your heart. And you know, the thing is that you're at a distance. Your time to heal. You and your partner are physically or emotionally distanced. They want this religion. What's going on here? Let's get some more. So you got illusion, fantasy, you're letting go of vanity trap. Because it's a trap. You're letting go of the vanity trap. So we got people casting illusions. This feminine is casting an illusion, trying to trap you. You've let her go. You're letting it go. But it's right here. So it's time for you to heal. There could be some kind of defensiveness, and this religious person or whatever, they let the monster out of the closet. There's illness. They might be sick. Whatever this is, they got caught up in some vain trap. Queen of Pentacles, experiencing a breakup within the justice system. There could be a justice, experiencing a breakup, divorcing the justice. There could be some crooked, an animal. The justice. So there's the justice out there that is like an intelligent animal. And the Queen of Pentacles is cutting them off. It's like you're fired. They're getting kicked out of the spiritual throne area. The animals. So there's a heavy burden here. Luck is on your side, teacher. So children of the night, these scientific experiments, they have used relationship as their favorite weapon of war to infiltrate positions of authority. They've unleashed, they've got animals, they've got intelligent animals in the justice system, and they have been letting all kinds of nasty shit go by for the actual human. They've been allowing their abusers to go free. This is what they've been doing. They want to try to eliminate humanity, and they want them in chaos all the time. You've got the Two of Swords here, fire sign, labor without a mask. You're not wearing a mask. You're doing your work as you are. You're not hiding from anybody. This is a fire sign. Somebody might be blind to the truth. This animal being here, this hybrid or whatever it is, the children of the night. You're not wearing a mask. King of Cups is here. Heart is open on a spiritual throne. He's got his heart open. He's ready to go. But we've got flight in the reverse. Spiritual throne, flight in the reverse. Wouldst thou like to live deliciously? Go for it, indulge yourself. You're not indulgent. You're not indulging yourself. Freedom can come with the knowledge who you are and how you want to be. Maybe you really are who everyone thinks you are. Find like-minded individuals who offer support, comfort, and community. Slip free of restrictive earthly bonds and let your spirit soar. We've got flight in the reverse. So you're not going anywhere. You're not being raptured or whatever. This looks like a rapture, but we got it in the reverse. So it's like you're staying. You're not going anywhere. You're not taking off. I don't know. Somebody doesn't want you to take off. We've got a Queen of Cups in the reverse, and we've got commitment. So they could be committed to destroying your peace. Escape. They're looking for an escape. They're looking for a commitment. They're looking for an escape. It could be that you're going to escape it, but we've got a spiteful, selfish Queen of Cups in the reverse. Things are getting serious with a commitment. We've got peace in the reverse and escape. Knight of Wands. Charming. So one cycle is ending, another is beginning. We've got location in the reverse and dreams. So they're not able to find you in your dreams. They're trying to tap into you in the dream state. They're not able to do that. We've got the Sun here. Celebration for intimacy, for sexual encounters. We got a visitation. Somebody's trying to get into your dream space and have intimate relations with you, but they're not able to find you. They're trying to tap into your energy. They're trying to tap into your energy. Earth. Visitation on Earth. There might be somebody visiting Earth. The Sun, sexual chemistry, intimacy, visitation, Earth. So a Knight of Wands, one cycle has ended, another is beginning. They're not able to find you in the dream state. They're afraid because the sun is here, or celebrating intimacy. There's a visitation earth. The sun is on the earth. The sun is on the earth. We've got the Page of Cups crushing on you. Spirituality. This is a liar taking a gamble. They're getting creative. Face forbidden. So it could be forbidden to wear your face, to wear your mask, to pretend to be somebody. This guy is trying to get, yeah, because it's forbidden to present themselves falsely. They want to chew your face off. Shock. People are in shock by the deep. Family. Personality. So you're letting go of illusions. You're letting go of the vain people spinning fantasies and mirror magic, trapping people. You're letting go of the vanity trap. This illusionary vanity trap. You're letting it go. They were warned not to go into that house. Conquest. So you're letting go of those who are vain, trapping people with sexual encounters. Those spinning illusions, using sexuality and intimate intercourse as a trap, are being let go. It's time for you to heal. We've got distance between you and these religious people who have let the monster out of the closet and caused illness in the world. They got to go deal with Cujo, man. They got to go deal with that rabid monster that they unleashed on the world on many freaking flames. So illness, there's going to be distance. It's time for you to heal. This is going to be at a distance. This religion is going to be kept at a distance because they caused so much illness for the shining ones, the light-bearing people. They've been feasting on their light, making them sick, draining them of their life force vitality, using it in their religious witchery. Queen of Pentacles is here. She could be head of your security or head of security period for the earth. We got divorcing out the justices who are animal experiments. They're intelligent animals and they're being divorced. Divorce, justice, animal. Let's look up the animal. Animal. What is the law? What rules apply here? Must they be obeyed? So we've got the justice here, who is an animal. They're getting divorced out of that position because they're not source connected. They're not calling divine judgment. They're using their own animal instincts on people who actually are source connected. So they're getting divorced out of the justice system. They've been making life very, very difficult for those entities, those beings who are actually supposed to be on this spiritual throne. Rabbit hole. So they've been trapping people. This intelligent animal on the justice system has been trapping people in rabbit holes, crazy drama. They've been falsifying evidence and deceitfully filing convictions for crimes that were false. They've been driving everybody into failure and then convicting them of such with this stupid game they play. So you've been heavily burdened. 10 of Wands burden. Luck is on your side. You've learned a lot of information about the children of the night who have been scientific experiments. They're going under. Drowning. Drowning. We got drowning. So this is children of the night. roaming around, looking for a soul. And then you've got combinations. So they wanted to do anything to be turned into anything else. They didn't want to be human. Or, you know, they had mad scientists out there who were experimenting on these children. And so anyway, they're going under. They're drowning. They could be in a tunnel system. Maybe a tunnel system is being flooded. Two of Swords, there's some tough decisions going on. Somebody might be at a stalemate. These children of the night might be at a stalemate or at a crossroads that the fire sign is putting them in. We've got labor to strip the mask off of people and remove those who are weed seeds. So there's this drift. There's no more drifting around. We're going to settle down, put down the roots, get rid of the weed seeds. No more masks. We're going to see it for what it is. King of Cups, open your heart, spiritual throne. We've got flight in the reverse and fierce. You're being very aggressive. You're not going anywhere. You're not running away from this duty. However, you do have a Queen of Cups in the reverse here. Selfish, smothering, spiteful, and there's a commitment. Things are getting serious. A commitment to a lack of peace and escape. Let's look at this escape. So Queen of Pentacles is in the reverse. Selfish, smothering. Things are getting serious. They're committed to destroying your peace. And we got escape. A long time ago in the underground realm. So they're trying to escape the underground realm by getting a commitment with an upright King of Cups. They're committed to destroying the peace in order to escape the underground realm. They are childish. And they break all their promises regarding love. Regarding anything. They don't keep any of their promises. Very, very selfish and spiteful. King of Cups, be careful here because you're on your spiritual throne and you're fierce. You're not going anywhere. It could be the spiritual throne you're gonna hold back. You're holding somebody back. This is flight. Let me look at that again. So you're on your spiritual throne. We've got flight in the reverse. It could be that you're in charge of who gets to ascend. Like you're in charge of who is ascending. And you're being very fierce about it. You're in charge of who is ascending. You're looking at the Queen of Cups who is in the reverse, who is committed to destroying peace, trying to escape the underground. Childish, breaks their promises. Knight of Wands is confident about this new cycle, but they're not able to find your location in the dream state. They're looking for an exit plan. This person's trying to tap your energy in the dream state. Now, I woke up at 2:30 a.m. and I'm like, bling, I'm wide awake. And so it could be that this is maybe the divine woke me up so that these entities trying to tap my dream space can't find me. We've got the Sun. There's a celebration of joy for an intimacy and a visitation to the earth. So, you know, what this appears to me, and this is alone, earth alone. This is, you feel like you're in this situation all by yourself, but it won't be like this forever. So what we got going on here is what seems to me. We got some situations where there have been some family that were like, there was some kind of a blockage, some kind of a boundary, some kind of a barrier that had been magically placed or technologically placed that has been knocked down. And it's like the sun, you know, those who had been kind of kept from us are back. They're visiting Earth. They're coming back. You're not going to be in this alone forever. These devils had you trapped here, and they were suffering and attacking people with this monster, this Cujo on the many flames. This religion was bringing illness to many flames from a distance. So we've got religion letting the monster out of the closet, attacking these flames, these suns and stars. We've got this animal hybrid on the justice seat, dropping people into the rabbit hole. They're getting divorced out by the head of security. We've got Page of Cups here. They're taking a gamble, but this is a liar. They're trying to get creative regarding their face and what is forbidden. Like, it's forbidden. Look, they lost. Lost. It was forbidden. So they forbidden and face. Let's look at so we got face. You're more beautiful than ever. They want to wear your face. Scars are earned. And they wanted to wear your face, and it's forbidden. They're taking a gamble. This is a liar, getting creative, wearing your face, and it's forbidden. They might be trying to do something forbidden. They're wearing your face, trying to do something that is forbidden, and they're losing. They've lost. Candyman, Candyman, Candyman. Proceed with caution. They've lost. So we've got a gambling liar trying to tap into your spirituality and wear your face. It's forbidden. They're not supposed to do that. They were tempted by the snake. Guilty. They're not paying attention to what's important. And the things you no longer need are falling away to make room for the love that you deserve, because they siphoned your essence, left you drained, and then tore your world apart into pieces, leaving you to pick that up. And now they want to reach out and connect to the diamond, to the love that they made life so difficult for. They did not see this coming. They can't untangle themselves from the web that they wove. And they're having anxiety because they know they made life very hard for you. And everything that they built on your energy is crumbling. They're looking for an escape. They are far away from you, this distant religion. They want forgiveness, but they got to face it. They were playing games with love, and now they're crushed because their freaking cup is empty. And we got a lion here being fierce with them on this spiritual throne. They're not taking off. They're not ascending. They're not going to go for a flight. They're not getting the ascension that they had hoped to gain by trapping so many flames in this religious witchery, this religious illness, this religious monster, this religious freaking monster illness. Who let the monster out of my closet? So this person let the monster out of the closet to disrupt and restrict many flames. They're doing it at a distance. You don't even know who this person is, but they see your light and they're attacking it because that's their job, is to break promises, break hearts, and collect souls and energy. It's an energy harvest. This is what these ones have been doing. So you've got the Seven of Cups. Illusions and fantasies are being let go. This vanity trap of just another notch on the headboard, conquering people through sex. That's entrapping their energy and their soul through the fluid harvest, the energetic harvest. They're being let go. You're the golden nugget. You've got some insight here regarding this conquest. You survived. You're telling everybody about this vanity trap of intercourse. It's time for you to heal. They're challenged because it's time for you to heal. You are battle worn and you're in your Nine of Wands energy. You're tired of this, man, and you're being very defensive. We got, at a distance, we've got this religious person or people releasing the monster out of the closet, trying to restrict many flames. They wanted you restricted. This religious organization did not want the suns and the stars shining. They've been harvesting energy, wearing it, and then portraying themselves as holy, and they're not. They're just vampires dressed up in the energy of all of their members that they've been harvesting. Balance. They were trying to restrict many flames and their balance. So they've been doing crap to the light-bearing beings with Cujo, the freaking monster in the closet, trying to affect your balance. You're still balanced. They're challenged by that. Queen of Pentacles is divorcing justices who are animals, stuffing people into crazy dramas. They could be in a crazy drama. They're creating crazy drama with the justice system. They're spiritual, hybrid, genetic experiments. These are half-breeds. They're animals. And they're on the justice seat trying to cast a judgment over God's family, over divine beings. So you've got these genius, these intelligent animals who are science experiments on the justice seat, calling judgment on God's children who are earth angels and of an upper dimensional realm. They're trying to cram everybody into a rabbit hole of crazy drama where their soul will suffer and they can feed on them. They've got some kind of an organization here. It's called trafficking, and they traffic human beings for their energy and all of that good stuff. They're being released. So there's a release here. Queen of Pentacles is divorcing the justices who are intelligent animals, forcing people into crazy drama. They could be in a crazy drama and they're being released. They're being let go. They're getting divorced out of the system and they're being released from that system for what they have been doing here. They've been trying to stuff earth angels into a hellhole and then layer them in all of this abuse so that they become animal-like. This is what their goal was. Ten of Wands burden. Luck is on your side. You've learned a lot of information about what's been happening here. The children of the night, who are scientific experiments, are going under. They're drowning. Things are drowning. There's a risk here. Somebody's at risk. They took a risk. They're at a crossroads. Fire sign is working here without a mask, and they're not a weed seed. They're working to get it to where people can settle down. They're pulling up the weeds, all those weeds. They're gardening. They're laboring without a mask, gardening, pulling out the weed seeds. And they're doing it alone. They might be pulling up these weed seeds that left you all alone. They weren't serious about anything. You don't have a mask on, fire sign. It could be that you're removing the masks from these weed seeds and you're isolating them, or maybe you're doing it alone. King of Cups, open your heart. You're on your spiritual throne. We've got flight in the reverse. It could be that you're stopping these animal creatures from ascending up into the heavenly dimensional spaces. You're a lion. You're being very aggressive and protective regarding the seeds that you are gathering and moving up. Now, you've got these devil religious people here trying to say that divine feminine isn't worthy, and it's a fair assessment is what they are being told. This fierce lion and on the spiritual throne, and they're harvesting and then soaring. They're up for ascension. So we've got, they're very careful and very fierce regarding who gets to come and who does not get to come. We've got a Queen of Cups in the reverse, committed to destroying peace, trying to escape what was that? The underground realm. So they're trying to escape the underground realm, but they are childish and they've been breaking all of their promises. So this is the lens that's being looked through by the King of Cups. Fierce, aggressive. He's harvesting. He's pulling up the seeds that he wants, and he's very much he's very serious about this. His heart is open, but he's aggressive, but that's because he's being protective over this harvest, over these seeds, over this ascension, over those who are worthy of elevating up out of this animalistic scientific experiment of a realm. So the Queen of Pentacles, head of security, is divorcing out these hybrid intelligent animals from the justice system. This crazy drama is being released. Resistance. They're offering resistance. They're resisting. This is somebody who breaks all their promises. They're very childish. They're trying to escape gosh darn it. They're trying to escape the underground realm by pretending, by getting a marriage. So this is what it is. Queen of Cups in the reverse, committed to destroying peace in order to escape the underground realm. This is a childish. They broke all their promises and they're resisting. Knight of Wands is very energetic and very confident in this new cycle. We got location in the reverse. Dreams. They're not able to find you in your dreams. Or maybe the Knight of Wands is happy that somebody's not able to find them. They got curiosity, exit plan, and curiosity. Their curiosity, they're trying to find you in your dreams. Whoever this Knight of Wands is, they're trying to find you in your dream state. It's not working. They can't find you. It might be one reason why they woke me up at 2:30 in the morning. Bling! It might be one reason why you're awake at this time. The Sun is here. Or hopes and fears. We've got the Sun. A rebirth of intimacy, visitation, earth alone. So they might have been evicted off of the earth. And now they want an intimate encounter to get back, to come back. You felt like you've been abandoned. It won't be like this forever. It could be that the Sun is back. That, and I heard a younger say that he didn't think he was coming back, but he's back and he's gathering his family. He is on earth right now. You felt like you were alone, but it won't be like this forever. Play. We're not playing. We're not playing. They left you alone. This isn't playing. We're not playing here. Page of Cups. Spirituality. Taking a gamble. This is a liar. They're getting creative regarding the face that is forbidden. So they're wearing your face. It's forbidden to wear your face. It's forbidden to eat your energy. They've lost. This is an energy harvester that's trying to tap into your spirituality. But they're a liar. They're not really into it. They're just saying the proper words, trying to suck you in. We got distance. So they've lost and they're at a distance. We've got a lot of distance here. We've got a distance that for this gambling liar, this Page of Cups, that's saying whatever he needs to say to get an intimate encounter with you so that they can wear your face and do the forbidden, consume your energy. So they lost and they got to keep their distance. No more energetic harvesting through sexual encounters. This is stupid. We've got this Knight of Wands that's trying to get back in this cycle with a dream state encounter for an exit plan. They're curious. They want to come into your world. They want to mess you up. But anything they're doing, see, these self-interested people trying to cause mischief in your life and consume you. They want to eat you up. So they want to bring mischief to your life, eat your energy, but it's all rolling off of you. Like they can't touch you. Whatever this is, it's done because you are in a heart bond. You're loved, and you're being elevated. You're into an ascension. You're being led into an ascension by the Most High God. So he's in charge of who takes flight and who doesn't. Those who were distracting people on a routine with their trickery over and back roll have been watched. They've been observed by the anomaly. Big shining sun, here you are observing all the things that they've been doing, and they're in grief. They're in grief here because you are free from the communication. They can't tap into your mental body anymore. And if they try, it looks like God's going to wake you up. No more tapping people in the dream state. No more tagging them in a dream sexual encounter. We're going in a new direction from this negative influence. We were lucky. Those who were messing in the field of consciousness, trying to jack around your life, are in fear here. They're afraid of your protection. You have grown. You're protected. Your growth is protected. And these ghosts are a memory in the sacred space. They're nothing more than a memory now. They're out of here. They're out of here. And now they were warned. They were warned. And now they've got to focus on their own survival. They got to stay out of your energy. This whole team of scavengers, this whole team that was scavenging your gifts and using your gifts to dominate the community, wearing masks as you, committed to an empty nest and bringing fight, bringing battle with the night. They were trying to fight with you, son. Everything, they were bringing upheaval to you with this upside down perspective, and now they're getting wrath. They're getting wrath, abundant wrath, because they were doing abundant mirror magic in the territory of Mother Nature. And it has been exposed, this mimicry. It has all been exposed. They lost their dream come true when they came for you. They picked you up, golden sun nugget, and they stuck you in their little jar, and they said, hee, hee, hee. And then God said, hey, that's my golden nugget. And you brought with you everything that you had learned while being crammed into their little jar. Everything they used your pilfered energy for, wearing your mask, pretending to be you. God sees you. He sees you. This Knight of Wands wanting to come in, be charming in the dream state, to hop on your new path. Yeah, they can't find you in the dream space. It's being shut down. This midnight hour, popping into the room, the mental body of people to have their midnight hour little powwows, their little strategy sessions on how to go and harvest, you know, some powerful energy that they can use to dominate others with. That's the thing that I dislike most about this whole scenario, is that they harvested the energy of suns and stars, and then they put on their face, which was forbidden. They put on the creator's face, the sun and the star, who has the essence of the creator in them, the energy. And then they did some really foul stuff, trying to destroy your reputation. So the illusionists are being let go. These vanity traps. You've gained insight, golden nugget, as what they have been doing with just another notch on the freaking headboard. This energy harvest. This energy harvest. We've got perseverance in the reverse. They're not going to persevere this. Or how they were tapping people sexually, trapping them into this little jar and then holding them back from persevering. It could be that these vain people with this trap, this vanity trap, they're not going to be persevering. You have gained insight into their deviancy, and it's time for you to heal. We've got this religious person or people at a distance. They've let the monster out of the closet and was trying to cause illness for many flames. Religious freaking witchery called schizophrenia, bipolar disorder, and all that other stuff, trying to affect the balance of your mind. This religious person was doing religious witchery in the mental body of the suns and the stars, trying to affect their balance. But you are balanced, and you're coming into sweet love. You've got all this insight as the golden nugget. You know exactly what they were doing. King of Cups is here. Got the hammer coming down. Queen of Pentacles is divorcing the justices who are intelligent animals and have been cramming everybody into a rabbit hole. They're being released. They're going to go visit their own freaking rabbit hole. There's abundant research done, and there's evidence of what they have been doing, and now they're being released. They're an intelligent animal. They don't deserve the justice position over God's children. This is an animal. This is not a star seed. This is not somebody that comes from the heavenly realms that is an earth angel here to assist people. This is an intelligent animal, a scientific experiment wandering around in a human suit pretending that they're a justice, pretending that they have divine wisdom, and they don't. They have a desire to drop everybody that does have that connection into a hole, into this crazy drama hole. And they've been doing that. They've been trapping suns and stars, and they've been using their favorite weapon of this war is relationship. It's being stopped. The risk is being stopped. So you've been overwhelmed. 10 of Wands burden. You have been overwhelmed, and now you're a teacher. So luck is on your side. You've gained a lot of information, knowledge regarding children of the night, scientific experiments, children of the night. They are hybrids. They have been genetically modified. They're going under. They're at risk. This is being stopped. This program, this genetically scientific experimentation is being stopped. I could tell you the upper divine is pissed. Creator is pissed because these jackasses have been down here doing scientific experiments on Creator's creation. Wearing masks as Creator's sons and daughters. Effing up the world. They're in fright. So we're at a 2 of Swords. Somebody could be making some tough decisions. It could be that you've got your freaking guard up. You're not letting anybody in. You're working here without a mask. You're authentic and transparent. You're not hiding anything from anybody. It could be that you're isolating those weed seeds. You're making certain that they're not here. Look, you're isolating weed seeds. Those who are not willing to settle down and be responsible, you're putting them in isolation. They're going to have to go walk a path of isolation that they made all of the suns and stars walk. They're going to have to go deal with destabilization alone. They're frightened. They're paranoid. They got to deal with it, man. They got to deal with the instability. They got to deal with the hunger. They got to deal with aloneness. They got to deal with the lack of support. They got to deal with somebody coming in being a real shitheel to their world and just destroying everything every once in a while. And then they got to put it back together. They got to learn the lesson. They've been stealing rewards for people who have been learning the lessons and graduating through these challenges. They've been stealing the rewards by martyring them and sticking them back into a hellhole with this stupid, corrupt justice system that convicts them of a crime deceitfully that they did not do, and then puts them back through the recycling process so they can continue harvesting them. King of Cups is here. His heart is open. He's on this spiritual throne, and he's in charge of who gets to ascend and who does not. He's harvesting right now. This lion is harvesting right now. He's being very aggressive and protective over his realm. He's got a spiritual throne, and he's being very protective over his realm. Some people are not getting, they do not get to take flight, and some people do. So he's harvesting what he chooses to harvest. Faith of a mustard seed. Those who remained sweet and loving, even while this religious freaking monster sicked Cujo rabies on you, trying to destroy your mind, trying to destroy your divinity, calling themselves a son of God, trying to destroy your divinity so they can stick you back in that rabbit hole and force you into another cycle. Deceitfully convicting people of crimes that they did not do, or actions that they would not have done had they not been driven into it. Natural disaster. Natural disaster. There could be some kind of natural disaster that comes up. I mean, people have been talking about some kind of tectonic plates shifting or whatever. So Queen of Cups is in the reverse, committed to destroying your peace, trying to escape the underground, the underworld. This is a childish person who breaks all of their promises, and they're trying to resist, but they're not being saved. There's no saving them. There's no saving them. Knight of Wands is confident regarding this new cycle, but we've got location in the reverse for the dreams. It could be that they're not able to find you in your dreams. They're curious. They're trying to tap in. They're astral project. They are looking for an exit plan. They're getting separated out. They're getting separated out. They're curious. They're coming into people's dreams, trying to tap into that energy and that consciousness. But they're looking for an exit plan. Their hope or their fear. Take it as it resonates. We've got the Sun. There's a rebirth for intimacy and a visitation on the earth, and whoever is going to be able to visit the earth. So there's a rebirth regarding intimacy and visitation of the earth. We're not playing with this. They've left you alone. They've harvested you. So yeah, there's going to be a change. Who is allowed to come and go in this Eden? You know, we've got a whole bunch of vampires here. This vampire has been siphoning the energy out of the life of Earth, and it's over. There's a rebirth for intimate encounters on the earth. They can't come in and tap it like that. No more harvesting off of the living vampire. You got to go back to the underground where you belong. Because our family is not playing here. There won't be any more playing with family, leaving them alone to suffer. This Queen of Cups in the reverse, committed to destroying your peace through marriages, trying to escape the underground. Family's not playing. You got a Page of Cups here. They're trying to come in and say, ew, I'm really interested in your spirituality. But this is a gambler, liar, a third-party hoe bag has been doing the forbidden. They've been wearing the face of creators here. It was forbidden. They were consuming the energy and then presenting themselves as that energy. They have lost. They are at a distance. They want to compromise. There's absolutely no way. You've been wearing other people's energy and presenting yourself in the spirit world as them, and you've been doing some forbidden shit. No, you got to get out. You were tempted by the freaking devil to work against the Creator, to work against God and his family. And now you're being confined because you were dominating others and driving their lives straight into hell. And it could be that that's where you got to go for collaborating, cursing people, and trapping them. All you have to do is flip that little wand out and stick it in something. You conquered her. Yeah, little F-tard. You freaking conquered her. With proper words of love and beautiful little smiles, you wretched little malice-filled animal. Worse than animals, none of you even like your children. So disgusting to hear you say that you hate your children. Why are you here? You get out. Get off the earth. It's time for you to get off the earth. We're entering into a new destiny. Somebody might be, it's time for your destiny. These prideful third wheel enemies, these triangular traps of vanity and sex are hesitating now. They're worried because you are promised eternal love because you care about children and family. Always have. And these ones are protesting because they're losing the sweetheart. They have not reciprocated sweetly to the sweetheart who they've been feeding on. They've been treating them like they're a freaking cow or a worm ready to be tagged and harvested. They've lost you because you're high value. You're priceless. You're peace. You are peace. And you've got a Queen of Pentacles here who is committed to destroying peace in commitments. Your alliances are trustworthy and honest and true, and they see your vital force, and they've offered you a new family tree. This lion is being fierce. So you've got this beautiful solar plexus energy, this fabulous mind that they tried to destroy. These jackwagons were pouring acid into the mind of my spiritual self. It was terrible because it went down into every freaking nerve of my nervous system. Ugh, it just went in and like caused a full body freaking as they did it. Mind reading. Their strategy was to destroy the mind of the gift, to destroy the mind and the imagination of the gift. That was their philosophy of success. These intelligent animals can't do anything on their own. The only way they can ever experience increase is by tearing down the suns and the stars who are actual creators. Because they can't elevate. They can't rise. They can't ascend. They're not star seeds. There's no connection to the freaking ethers in them. All they can do is endlessly consume the energy of humanity, or stars and suns, the star seeds that are here with the vital force of the sun in them. So these nasty hybrids, these genetic experiments, are sitting on the justice system, trapping suns and stars deceitfully. They're upset because they can't find you in the dream space. They've been separated out of your field of consciousness. They're in trouble for coming into, for using your mind and your intellectual properties and all of these things that you have access to in the midnight hour to strategize against you. They've been using humanity's own mind and their own energy to trap them, to cast illusions with magic. All while they're sending Cujo after you to bite you and give you rabies, to screw up your balance and your ability to be the sweetheart that you are. This religious person is so freaking jealous because your seeds have elevated you and their seeds have been with this underworld. They've committed their life force to this thing. Morgue wanna dick. That's what they have committed themselves to. They have committed themselves to the dead. They have committed their sexual energy to the dead. And they want everybody else pouring their sexual energy into walking, animated corpses. They have animated corpses, clones, by harvesting sexual energy. They're the walking dead. They're an animated body only because they're harvesting the energy out of suns and stars sexually. You're sleeping with a freaking dead person in the underworld in a fake body because they chose to, they didn't go the proper route, man. They didn't go the proper route. See, this religious person wanted all of the divine ones to be stuck in a hellhole so that they could have command over who gets to live here and who doesn't. But that role is for the divine. That role is for those star seeds, those upper dimensional beings. They're the ones who get to say who gets to elevate and who doesn't. You golden nugget, you were here, you were trapped here, but you learned so much stuff. These people are broken and shattered. They're not going to persevere through this challenge. You've got insight. You're a huge, so not only are you a golden nugget, you're like massive. Look at how big you are. You're full, you're royalty. They chose to pluck a royal one and try to trap them in a hellhole. It's worked before. You know, you were here for a long time, but God found you and then resurrected you and elevated you. This is ridiculous. What these religious people did, it was a betrayal of the highest degree. They're wandering around in their freaking golden threads, calling themselves men of God while they rape people and sick monsters on them. They're challenged because you're still balanced. You still think of sweetly of love, and you want your beautiful look. Confusion and commitment. So they were sicking out Cujo, trying to give everybody rabies, trying to make everybody sick, poison them, toxify them, do their religious witchery, trying to give you schizophrenia, bipolar disorder, mess with your mind. You're happy, happy, happy all day long. And then all of a sudden they start forcing in memories of a painful circumstance from long ago that you never think about anymore because you've already forgiven and released it. But they try to force it back into the mind and then drag you back down into this rabbit hole with their stupid religious witchery. They're trying to cause confusion regarding your commitment, but you are balanced and you're sweet. And this person is a putz, a major worthless fraud, a worthless fraud. You hear me? A worthless, pompous ass. A freaking genetic experiment loyal to the monster of the underworld. Pouring his sexual energy into it because he's dedicated his life force to the dead. And he wants everybody else to do the freaking same through intimate encounters. So you got this religious jackass out there teaching the youngers how to go tap into that energy and then wear their face while they're doing malicious shit in the 5D. Disgust me. Queen of Pentacles is divorcing the justices out who are intelligent animals, trapping people with false and deceitful evidence into a rabbit hole. They're being released. There's evidence and proof of what they have been doing here. The dishonesty, the lies, the deceit, trapping beautiful, shining, loving people. These animals are in the justice system, trapping deceitfully beautiful, vibrant, energetic people with the essence of the sun in them, God's children. They've been trapping them in the legal system so that they can continue feeding on them because they're an animal. They don't have a chakra system. They're not connected to source. They don't have any divinity. The only way that they can feel divine is by consuming one. The body of the blood. Consume. They could be just like you if they can eat you. If they can harvest you and consume you, drink the blood, eat the flesh every freaking Sunday, makes life fun for those in the underworld, the underground, dedicated to feeding their life force to death. They were warned about worshiping death. God's here being fierce. God's here being fierce. These guys are screwed. Soul ties are being stopped with genetic hybrids. Soul ties are being stopped with genetic hybrids. You've got your swords up. You're like, thou shalt not freaking pass. You're a fire sign doing work without a mask. You're tearing the freaking masks off people. You're leaving them alone. These weed seeds that weren't willing to settle down or be responsible. They're having paranoia. They're paranoid. You're tearing their freaking masks off. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. They're in disagreement. No, you can't see who I am. Oh, isn't that terrible? I wish you understood how I feel. You cause so much freaking damage in the world. Worse than any animal that there ever is, that Creator ever created. Because every animal that Creator ever created actually cares for their young. Unless you're a lion, and then you sometimes eat your young. But whatever. That's a lion. This lion is being very fierce right now, and they know it. They're calling him a sociopath and saying that he'll do it, and he will. He's going to do whatever because you people been feeding on his family for centuries, and this just isn't okay anymore. It's time for a natural disaster. It's time for a natural disaster. There is a natural disaster. There's nothing they can do about it. They're coming down. They're coming down. These justices are being divorced out of their positions because they are liars, and this is an animal, a freaking hybrid. They're not source connected. This Queen of Pentacles is a head of security, is what it looks like to me. Third party, a freaking third party. So Queen of Cups in the reverse is committed with whatever marriage to destroying your peace, to escape the underground. This is a childish person who breaks every single promise. They are offering resistance, but you're not saving them. This is a third party hoe bag looking for an escape. King of Cups knows who she is. Knight of Wands, one cycle is ending, another cycle is beginning. The location is in the reverse. They cannot find your location in the dream space. They are getting separated from you. They are curious, looking in on you, trying to find an exit plan. They're hopeful. They're curious about you and your hope. You haven't given up. They haven't given up. Knight of Wands, it looks like he's in shock. He's been separated from the dream space. He cannot find you in the dream space. He might not be able to find anybody to tap and tag in the dream space. The Sun has brought a rebirth and a new beginning for intimacy. There is a visitation to the earth, or whoever gets to visitation the earth. You feel like you're alone, but you won't be like this forever. This is not a game. We're not playing. Your family is not playing. You've been given a new family tree, and they are not playing about you. These Knights of Wands, these little guys want to come in and tap and tag you with their freaking wand in the dream space. Yeah, they're cut out. No more going in and finding people to do that to. Somebody's in regret, and I'm just going to point this out because that fell out like that. Somebody's in regret over this new chapter. There's nothing they can do about it. This Page of Cups is taking a gamble. This is a liar, and they're coming in pretending that they're loving your spirituality. They're trying to get creative. They want to wear your face, but it was forbidden. It could be that they've been wearing the face of Creator, and it was forbidden. They've been tapping and tagging people in the dream space and then doing things in that energy, in that face, wearing that mask. It was forbidden. They have lost. They're being put at a distance. They want to compromise. They've been wearing the energy and face of others doing shit in the other realm to mess up their world, to gain a little shekel, you little puppet. Isn't that beautiful? Chemistry. Freaking passion project. Third party triangular vanity trap. All you got to do is go F people, because that's all you are, is a little F'er. So all you offer the world is effing this and effing that. I'm so freaking happy. I'm the wand. I'm the wand that makes things happen in the world. I can see these little jackasses running around worshiping their phallus. They're so freaking clever in the dream space, tapping people and tagging their energy so that they can F up their world. The truth is revealed. They're worthless freaking characters daydreaming about being somebody of value, and they're not. They're just simply not. All they do is secretly create damage in the world for people. They fuck with people's minds. They screw around with their energy. They go around and be little whores and then come back and dump it into people's energy. Innocent people sleeping in their bed. They don't even know. They're overwhelmed. They got to stay out of your space. Stay out of the freaking space. They're being held back. They want to escape and they're being held back. They're being detached from people who love themselves. The shadow side is being detached from people who love themselves. They want to have a conversation. Or maybe you have an understanding. Maybe you're having a conversation. Everything you're talking about is from a personal understanding about these egotistical people trying to hijack others' destinies. It's a habitual pattern. Those who have irreplaceable love, the way it can never be matched, there's unfinished business here. We've got some unworthy people seeking forgiveness. Everybody's talking about them, chasing after your destiny. They missed their opportunity for a responsible family because they were unsatisfied with the freaking soul contract they had. They tried to tear it up. They destroyed the piece of it, trying to escape the underground, this third-party triangular hoe bag system, 2 against 1. They got 2 men drawing off of their little cohort female, so they got these third-party triangular vanity traps coming after, trying to gain intimate encounters with a sun or a star so that they could suck them down into this rabbit hole and get them deceitfully convicted by the justice system, wearing masks of their face and doing forbidden shit in the other realms, setting them up for failure, framing them. This is a freaking... You got the religious here, letting out the monster, trying to infect many flames in order to confuse their commitment to sweet love and balance. You've got the justice system here, who is an intelligent animal, lying about everybody so that they can trap them in a freaking crazy drama rabbit hole. There's evidence here, and they're being released for being dishonest, for lying. They didn't appreciate you, and you're being made absent. They abandoned you. They're guilty of coming after you. Their values were all about money. This is a shady little POS. And they were not able to separate you from this reunion. They really wanted to trap you, but God saw you and said, oh no, not this one. You're worthy. And they're arguing about it. Because you reciprocate like everything, you know, and it could be that those who neglected you are getting reciprocation. Every nasty thing they did to you is coming back to them, and they made mistakes like, oh no, what? I did that? What? I have to experience that? Oh no. Yeah, we're getting a new chapter. And those who F you over and thought it was so freaking fun now want to mend the connection. And they're in regret because they sabotaged their own damn self, and now they're running away. Now they don't want to run away. Now they're like, wait. Love me. I don't want to destroy your peace now. I want love. Well, no, you don't. You're still a third-party triangular vanity trap for anybody who's going to be poking around with that wand in you. You're going to siphon their fluids and use it to bind them, because that's your habitual pattern as a freaking vampiric hoe bag. So we've got the vanity trap, using sex as a weapon of war. We've got the religious person here releasing Cujo, rabies, all over the freaking suns and stars, the flames, trying to confuse their commitment of sweet love and balance. Queen of Pentacles, of divorcing out these intellectual animals for lying. What a POS. Well, I'm going to pull one more card. It is just, oh wait, I might pull several more cards. It's an hour and 19 minutes, but you know what? I'm just going to pull all the cards because God woke me up this morning. Because some shitheel was trying to get into my dreams. Probably you too. I don't know. I got coffee. I got butterscotch and toffee coffee. It's wonderful. I feel fully rested. Absolutely 100% rested. I woke up. I thought it was 6 o'clock, but no, it was 2:30. I was like, wow, am I late for work? No. So you got some folks out there casting illusions and fantasies. They're being let go. You're letting go, making room for the new beginning on its way to you now. This vanity trap, using just another notch in the headboard, sexual encounters, to trap people. They're not going to persevere through this because you have insight. You have all the evidence you need, irrefutable, firsthand experience, traumatic suffering evidence of what they've been doing to screw up the life path of others. Prison. You're not in a mental prison. They really wanted you in a mental prison. They really wanted you to get locked away, and you're not. You're not. This justice was lying. This justice may have been on the 5D telling stories about you because you got a page of cups over here, wearing your face, doing stuff, lying. They're taking a gamble. They tried to tap into your energy, and they're trying to wear your face to do forbidden creative stuff, and they got busted with their passion project. They are messed up in the head. They're broken and shattered because you're not in a mental prison. You're still very balanced. Look, we've got reunion in the reverse. We've got it's time for you to heal. We've got distance is being put between you and this religious person who sicked Cujo, rabies on many stars, trying to confuse your commitment. You're balanced and you're coming into this marriage. We've got reunion in the reverse. Like, there won't be any reunion for this religious person. They're not going to be taking part in it. They won't be flighting. They won't be going anywhere. They're not being claimed by this lion, by God. They're not being claimed by God because they sicked freaking Cujo with rabies on the stars, hoping that they would just tear their bodies up. And I don't know. There could have been a previous lifetime where they did sick the dogs on you. They're vicious. When you look at the history of what religion has done to the temples housing spirit and soul, it's vile. It's ridiculous what they did to try to destroy people because they would not fall in line and recognize their authority that they were wielding from the underground. They were doing shady witchcraft on people from the underworld, and then they were asking God to protect them as holy men. Oh, those women are a prostitute. Oh, widower. They've been making people widowers. They could have lost their, look, dishonest. It could very well be that this is a judge or a justice that lied about being you. This could be a hybrid genetic experiment wearing your face in your position, trapping people with deceit. I don't know. But we got a widower here. Somebody's losing their wife, their husband. It could be that they've been unaliving people, martyring people, deceitfully convicting them, and then unaliving them and sticking them back in a loop of a trap. Yeah, they're being released. They're being constantly hope. You got hope. So 10 of Wands burden, overworked and overburdened. Luck is on your side, teacher. You've learned a lot of information about the children of night, these scientific hybrid genetics experiments. Soul ties are being stopped with them. They're going under. They're drowning. They're at risk. Hope. You have hope. They're at risk because you never gave up hope. You never freaking gave up hope. Now you've got your swords up. You're like, thou shalt not cross. You're going to stay right there. This is a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, working very hard to remove the masks from these people. They're doing it alone, or they are leaving them in isolation, adrift, in the reverse. This is one of them little dandelions with the little seed balls blowing in the wind. They're paranoid. They're in disagreement. They think you should pay attention to how they feel after all the brutality and after feeding and destroying so many beautiful souls. They want you to care about them. They want money. It's all about the freaking money for them. That's all they are. They're not a soul. They don't have source connection, so they don't have the spirit that is so rich. King of Cups, his heart is open. He's on his spiritual throne. He's determining who gets to ascend and who does not. He is fierce. He's a lion. He's protecting himself. He's being aggressive. People might be upset, but he's harvesting his seeds and he's bringing his family home. It might be time for a natural disaster here for the soldier. For those who were fighting against you and his family, this lion's family. There's a natural disaster for those who were this servant. Yeah, the servant who was stealing from his family. They're in a misfortune. Yep, it's time for a natural disaster for this servant of the underworld, this thief. Thief of souls. Yep, you're in a bad way there, buddy. You're going to have a natural disaster. They were working for this old woman, trying to trap a sweetheart. This old woman wanted to be this younger woman. They wanted to harvest this person and then rest in that seat. And it could be that this old woman is a shapeshifter, freaking vanity trap on the justice. This old woman could be a shape-shifting vanity trap on the justice. Conversation. So Queen of Cups in the reverse is committed to destroying peace. This is a third wheel triangular enemy trapping stars and suns who are committed to family and generational family trees. This is a childish individual who breaks all of their promises and they're offering resistance, but they're not being saved. There's no saving this one. It's a third party enemy. There's conversation about it. There's no saving them. Absolutely not. They're resistant. Knight of Wands is out there very confident. He can tap into somebody else's cycle. They're not able to find your location in the dreams. They're separated out. They have hope of tapping into you, somebody that wants to have a union. They're looking for an exit plan and they're spying on people in the dream space. They're astral projecting, trying to spy on people, looking for an exit plan. They want to tap into your consciousness when you're sleeping. Cheerfulness. They might be curious about how you're so damn happy after all they've done to you. Maybe they are happy. Maybe this Knight of Wands is happy that he's getting a new cycle where people can't tap into your dreams. I don't know. Where they're separated, we're going to get more information. We got the Sun here. There's a rebirth for intimacy. We've got visitation, Earth. You feel like you're alone, but it won't be this way forever. Your new family is not playing. Your new family is not playing. Your family's not playing. This is a lion. I've heard in recent or past messaging that there is an individual here who is a daughter of a lion. And your family is not playing. They're coming back. They're coming back. They're here. And I heard a younger say, I didn't think you were coming back. So God is here, walking among the people. This family is not, he's not playing about his family. This is not a game. And people are in sorrow. They're in sorrow. These feeders who left you alone, who left this sweetheart, this faithful freaking sweetheart. The daughter of a lion who is set to take part in this spiritual throne here. And be married. Have a beautiful marriage and a beautiful status in life. And you got all these nasty animals, these intelligent freaking genetic experiments, these animals, definitely born of the earth. They are not star seeds. There's nothing divine about them. Yet here they are in the justice system, trapping stars and suns who are deceitfully. Page of Cups. He comes into the dream space, taps into that energy. This is a liar taking a gamble. They're getting creative. They want to wear the face of a creator. It was forbidden to consume the energy and to wear the mask and to go out and do crappy things as that person, trying to get them trapped deceitfully in the justice system. And it was all arranged. This justice is there to do it. This religious person is there to sick illness and sickness into the minds of people, confusion. They're not being reunited. They were trying to stop your reunion. They're confused because you remained balanced despite their best effort to destroy your mental body, to destroy your divinity. Those who are all about this passion project, this wham bam, thank you ma'am, trap you with my wand. Ooh, I'm a conqueror. My phallus conquers the world. Oh, no, I want to compromise. Oh, wait. What do you mean, sweet loved one? Wait. No, there's no love in them. Absolutely none. There's lust. They just go around stabbing everybody with that stupid phallus, pretending like they're a freaking god, when they're an intelligent genetic experiment, nothing more than an animal, an experiment from mad freaking scientists up here trying to pretend that they are holy, that they are divine, while they're trapping divinity. A foe is getting a messenger. Messenger is giving the foe a message. Pleasure seekers in the mental body, in the room of those who have wings, of this young woman who has gained her wings and is here in service, is getting married here. Her lover is right here. Okay, and these people need consolation. They're praying. They're like, oh no, what the heck? Now they're praying. They're sick. This lion is pissed because you were innocent. And what they did to you was absolutely appalling, heinous. And that these masculines can actually look any divine masculine in the face and say that they are worthy of ascension is disgusting. You think cruelty and intentional hijacking and destruction of another person's life gains you heaven or a heavenly place? Freaking jerks. They're signing. This scholar was doing this constantly, stealing the fortune as an enemy from their friends. People saw them as a friend, but they're a prideful, haughty, arrogant one, and it's a surprise. Oh my gosh, what a surprise. They're melancholy. They're all up in their thoughts. Oh my gosh, this old woman is a false gift in the house of the priest. There's death for a priest because of what they did to the Lord's wife. Oh my God, what they did to the Lord's wife. There's happiness here. There's happiness here. And these ones are in despair because they're making their journey. They're getting a letter that this sweetheart was faithful, loyal, royal, innocent, waiting for her kingdom spouse. And these ones were doing so many nasty things to her, trying to destroy her mind, her energy, her essence, to defile her in every freaking way so that the Lord would reject her. This religious coward did so much nastiness to the Lord's wife. The family, not just the Lord's wife, which is what it is. It says a sweetheart is a freaking faithful Lord's wife. They're in despair. They're in despair what they did. They're waiting. They're waiting. They're sick. They're waiting. They're like, oh, they're sick of waiting. They're sick of waiting. Maybe this Lord is sick of waiting. The truth has been revealed. It's disgusting what they have done here in the name of the Father. They're wearing a man suit that was made in the image of God, and they're out here doing religious witchery, trying to destroy the minds of sweethearts to destroy their marriage. This religious person that was supposed to protect the sweethearts, the daughters of Eden, abandoned them to intelligent animals and the justice system, which trapped them. They attacked them in the dream space with their wands. They tapped into their energy and did things in the other dimensional realms, wearing their face and their energy, trying to destroy their reputation. These are not men. They're not even divine. I can't see that they would even have a soul or a spirit. This religious person also must be an intelligent animal, a freaking replacement. The original must have been replaced some time ago because they're not divine. They're third-party triangular hoe bag trying to destroy the freaking soul of humanity. Trying to destroy the marriage and the union of the Lord and his faithful royal wife. They have abused so freaking heinously through lifetimes. I have no pity for what people chose to be, you know. They tried to force their reality into the minds of sons and stars. They tried to force their addictions and their lustful attitudes into the minds and the hearts of stars who were wanting this beautiful, loyal union. They were attacking people in their dreams, tagging them, and then pulling off their energy, considering themselves a freaking conqueror. This intelligent animal considered itself a freaking conqueror of the sun because they were able to F it. And then wear the energy and the mask and do shitty things in that energy. Well, good freaking riddance, Cujo. You get to go live with the rabid dogs now that you called forth, you little jackwagon. Well, this is the message. I hope that it brings clarity to something you already intuitively knew. We still got this little Page of Cups out here, taking a gamble, lying, wearing people's faces. Knight of Wands is still out here trying to tap and tag people in the dream space so that they can get that energy and that mask and then do crappy things, trying to destroy others' reputations. So this is a religious person working with the justice system, working with schwanksters. They're prostitutes, basically. They're out there effing the world as a prostitute for a few shekels coming from the religious people and the justice system. We've got a King of Cups here who's on the spiritual throne now, and everybody is getting effed up. You wanted to F up? You wanted the world of violence? Oh, God said he's going to give you a world of violence. You want a world of violence? Oh, you're going to get it. You're going to get it. You're going to get it. I'm not even done yet. I'm not even done. What you have done here is heinous, unforgivable. The fact that you did it wearing the flesh suit made in the image of the Father, the fact that you RAP'd people so brutally and violently, mothers, children, wearing the image of the Father. You've been hating the mother and your offspring as the image of the Father. You've destroyed or attempted to destroy the reputation of the Father in the eyes of the mother and the child. With your stupid adversity. Your stupid adversity. You went to war with God thinking intelligent animals were going to get it done for you. You chose religious person and you did not choose God. You chose an intelligent animal trying to escape from the underworld. So you're letting go of vanity traps who are using sexual encounters to harvest people and their soul. They're not able to preserve this. They can't save themselves from this. They're broken and shattered. You're not in a mental prison. You're actually here in service to the people. And they're upset. They're upset because they're being let go. 9 of Wands. It's time for you to heal. There's a distance between you and this religious person. They're not going to be reunited with you. They're very, very bad. They sicked Kuja. They sicked a rabies animals on you. These animals, these rabid animals, these genetic hybrid, rabid, intelligent animals. They're on the freaking board of justice, and you wonder why the rapists is let free all the time. Because this is their modus operandi. This is how they get their energy. This is how they consume powerful positions and people. By getting this intimate relationship, then they can wear the mask of the energy that they have just tapped, and they can go into this 5D wearing the mask and doing heinous crimes, forbidden things, hurting other people, framework, deceitfully convicting others. This is a plan. It's a very good setup. This illusionary trap that they had here is very good. All it required is frivolous freaking sex and a lack of commitment to a husband or a wife. All it required was brutality. Freaking magicians. Harvesting the energy of the divine, wearing it, consuming it, and convincing themselves that they are it. But as soon as the energy is dissipated or is removed from them, they're still the same filthy little malice-filled, underground dwelling, intelligent animal. Genetic experiment. Patience, everything happens in divine order. You're getting this sweet love, you know, and they're mad. They want to send out the butcher. They want to send out a gang rapist, you know, they want to send out all kinds of things because their magic is weak and it's not working. Queen of Pentacles, the head of security, is divorcing out these justices that were dishonestly trapping people. This is an intelligent animal on the justice system, letting free red rummers and rapists, because that chaos, that damage, that soul-shattering brutality is how they harvest souls. Get you into South Node and then deceitfully convict you of some heinous crime and then trap you there and make you suffer more. Look, they got to surrender their need to control you. This was a bad scam. A bad freaking scam. They're going to get everything they deserve. Everything they deserve. And I don't have anything to say about it. Vengeance is not mine. But I can certainly say, after 30 years of unconscious brutality and then 30 years of conscious horror, while I had to hold my life together and be a good person in this world, so you were heavily burdened. Luck is on your side. You've learned a lot. You are a teacher. You can teach everybody about what they've been doing here. They're going under. These children of night who are genetic experiments, intelligent animals, the soul ties with them are being stopped. No more will they be able to access your energy or your gifts or your wealth. Absolutely the frick not. They're at risk because you never gave up hope. And you honor the physical vessel that enshrines your soul. They tried to tear you apart. They tried to destroy your mind. They tried to put blockages on all of your sensory systems so that you could not feel anything. They wanted to shut you down. These animals, these intelligent animals who cannot feel, all they can do is pretend that they feel anything. They smile so sweetly. Their script is so divine and it's perfect. They'll say it perfectly every time until you catch them when they don't think you're looking. So you got your swords up. You're like, whoa, get the F out of here, buddy. You're not coming near me. You're a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and you're working to strip the masks off of these jackasses. They're whining. They want your money, and they think you should understand how they feel. You're leaving them in isolation. They're a weed seed that wasn't willing to settle down and be responsible or build anything, accumulate their own reward through their own effort. No, they wanted to tear somebody down, do shady shit, wearing their energy as a mask, and then destroy your life so that they could get paid little tiny shekels from a deviant Cujo freaking religious person out there infecting everybody with rabies. And then this intelligent animal on the justice system that would deceitfully convict them of whatever crimes these hoe bags were doing, wearing your energy. You're trustworthy, and you're guided by the inner voice, which is God. You're working for God. Calling judgment. An abundant, limitless being calling judgment on these mask wearers. You're stripping their mask off. You're grateful and thankful for everything, even while going through this adversity, because you learned so much, not only about yourself, but what they've been and what they were doing to you, but what they were doing to everybody. And you brought all that forward to this lion who is on that spiritual throne, determining who gets to ascend and who gets to descend. They're frightened and paranoid. You're on that freaking spiritual throne, and you're fierce. Your love, your heart is wide open. King of Cups, your heart is wide freaking open. You're very loving. You're making these decisions based in love. It's not vengeance. It's not cruelty. Vengeance, the need for vengeance is in the history. It just is what it is. If they sucked the life out of 10 people, then the life must be sucked out of them 10 times. I don't know if that's how vengeance works, but it seems the golden rule is what the golden rule is. And unfortunately for these ones, they've repeated the same horrendous, heinous actions time after time after time. And all of that's got to go back. You know, suns and stars should not be forced to carry the disgusting weight and burden of these intelligent animals trying to bury them in a freaking rabbit hole so they can continue sucking the life out of them like a freaking spider. And they could be in service to a spider that's in the underground. I don't know. There might be a spider down there. But we got some folks out there who, you know, they're very powerful. They're very strong. And they're very dead. They're very dead. It's time for a natural disaster and death. It's going to happen. So some people are going to ascend. And some people won't. He's already determined who it is that he's going to harvest. The other day I heard it's time to wrap this up. It's time to collect the energy. So that's what's happening here. We've got a soldier, thief, merchant selling and whatever. And they're in a misfortune for being a servant of this animal, this intelligent animal. It's time for a natural disaster and death. We've got Queen of Cups in the reverse, selfish and smothering, spiteful, committed to destroying the peace of others with this intimate encounter. This is a third-party hoe bag, a triangular vanity trap, and they were using it to try to escape their own ridiculous circumstance. This is a childish hoe bag. Who breaks all their promises. They're resisting, but they're not getting saved. People are talking about it. They're not worth saving. The honest truth is out here. People are talking about the honest truth. The truth is, this is a Queen of Cups in the reverse who is committed to destroying peace in others, a third-party triangular thing, in conjunction with this religious person and this intelligent animal on the justice system. Knight of Wands is trying to repeat a cycle. But they can't find your location in the dream space. They've been cut off. You have hope for a beautiful union here, and they have hope for an exit plan. They're curious about what you got going on. You're so damn happy throughout this adversity. They got cut off. They can't find you in your dreams. God is wrapping it up. God is wrapping it up. So the sun is here. There's a rebirth for intimate unions. We've got visitation, earth. Those who are allowed to visit earth and those who are not. Your family is not playing. Your family is in control of this. Your family has planetary dominion. Now, they gave Rainbow Covenant to the Divine Feminine, and it could very well be that that is the Divine Covenant with this lion and his sweetheart. They're bonded. And it's time. Your family is not playing. They are here on earth, and they are resetting the meaning of intimate union here. These vampires are going away. These vampires have been effing everybody, wearing their energy in their faces to do horrendous things in this world, to create violence in this world. They're all going away. He's done a lot of research. It's been 2 years. Do you realize how much research he has to do with all of these mask-wearing people that have been tapping into the energy? How diligent he has to be sure that it's either that you're either innocent or guilty. And the wonderful thing about it is that he verifies who you are, sees you, verifies. But you got 8 clones or 8 people out there playing in your energy, wearing your mask, doing shady shit, smile in your face, dedicated to destroying peace, and they want to be seen as you. You're the one that's destroying peace. Oh, go get her, kick her out, go trap her. But no, he can see you clearly. And then he verifies. So he does his research, he sees who you are, and then he watches and waits. And then he does the research all over again and verifies the original answer until all of the clones have been systemically eliminated and he's left with the real deal. And that's the way it goes. And he's so very careful, very patient. He's not even messing up at all. He's not playing. This is not a game. His family is everything to him. We got denial. Somebody's in sorrow. They've received a denial. They left you alone. They abandoned you. They tried to destroy you. They've been siphoning off of you, doing atrocious things, wearing your energy. They've used your energy and your stolen status of authority to try to exterminate your family and reformat the planet. They have allowed in to this Eden entities that should never have been here. They were forbidden. It was forbidden. And it, you know, if it was just a, oops, I'm sorry, but this was systemic, or I think that's the right word. It was consistent throughout centuries, many life cycles you've gone through, and they've always traumatized you. They've always traumatized you, trying to disturb your soul and your mental facility. They wanted to destroy you. They didn't want you to be seen as divine or worthy of this, of being tied to this spiritual throne and this high vibrational being. They didn't want you to be that. They wanted to destroy you so that you would be replaced by this Queen of Cups in the reverse. Forgiveness. Now they want forgiveness. They want forgiveness for effing the whole world over. They have to accept discipline. They're being disciplined by your friends. The balance is being restored for love and empathy. The negativity is being released. You are free to be in your purpose now. They have to leave you alone. Or maybe you've discovered how to be happy while they were forced to be alone. These ones are worried over your success and the success of happy relationships who have grown in consciousness and awareness. You're very aware of what they've been doing here. These envious ones are in regret and grief over trying to blame you for what they were doing in the mind of the collective. They're afraid now because they are seen as guilty of messing with the collective consciousness and driving people into failure and then deceitfully convicting them. They don't know what to do because you have gifts of the soul that benefit yourself and others. You have an attitude of gratitude. You're thankful for everything, even this discourtesy of this suffering, because you have cracked open all of your seeds. Those little teeny tiny seeds of hope that you had, the mustard seed of hope. Yeah, now it's bloomed into that big old freaking tree through your courage and your perseverance. You didn't give up. These prideful people, there's a change for these prideful people. There's peace here. There is peace, and they have failed. They have failed to destroy your peace. And now they don't know what to do. They were committed to destroying your peace, and they failed. I got one more little deck here. I'm just going to pull. Look, you wake me up at 2:30 in the morning. I'm going to read it all. I'm going to read it all. Just put it out there. Okay, last round, guys. So you're letting go of the illusion casters, this vanity trap. They were sexing everybody up, and then they were gathering the semen and all of that good stuff, and then binding you to whatever magical illusion that they had. And then they were siphoning your energy and doing magic with that, casting illusions that you were just a big old twit. And, you know, they're triggered. They're triggered because you're not in a mental prison. You're not in a mental prison. You're actually here in service to people. You're helping people, and they can see that you're helping people, and they're being told to stay in their own lane. They want to come and snack on you. They want to consume your energy, and they're told to stay in their own lane. You're not in a mental prison. You're in control of yourself. You're not out here full of malice, needing vengeance, or hating on people. You just want to live your life, and you want to be peaceful. And these people just keep pushing in like they have a right to your energy and your soul. It's so freaking weird. They've been so accustomed to snacking on the family of God that they're mental, man. They're mental. These are intelligent animals. They're not divine source. And if they ever were, they're not now, because they've genetically modified themselves. They've screwed themselves out of any kind of empathy. Vampire. They chose to become a vampire. They chose to vampire suns and stars. They chose to attack them with a monster, to confuse them about their commitment to this beautiful Queen of Pentacles is divorcing justices from their positions, because they are intelligent animals who are lying about star seeds, and they are unaliving them. They are martyring them to a lower world deceitfully. There's evidence here of this crazy drama that they've been doing, and they need to surrender. They're being released. Shadow demon. They need to surrender. We're not dealing with the shadow demon anymore. They need to surrender. This animal, this justice, this hybrid, whatever this is, this dishonest justice, this intelligent animal, they got to surrender. We're no longer dealing with the shadow demon. And I heard somebody say that they're no longer feeding them. They're on their own. That's just the way it is. We're no longer feeding you. You're going to starve. Christed beings aren't here to feed the dead. We're not here as a food source to the dead. We're here to create more life, more light, more love. These ones are not able to take care of themselves. Children of the night who are intelligent animals, they're being stopped with their soul ties because they can't take care of themselves, which means they can't take care of anything in the world. All they can do is this shady crap. Go F people, play in the energy, do this shady crap for a few little shekels so that they can call themselves masters of the freaking mysteries or whatever. You got your swords up. Fire sign is here, ripping the freaking masks off everybody and leaving them alone. They were not willing to settle down or be responsible. They tapped into everybody, drained them of everything, took everything from them, and then partied hard. They're a weed. They didn't produce anything. They stole everything from those who did produce. Now they're paranoid. This is a simp. doing the very most for somebody who cares the very least, for money. They're a prostitute. They're a prostitute, a genetic modification, a freaking hybrid, intelligent animal, fucking the world for profit. They're a prostitute. King of Cups has his heart open. He's on that spiritual throne, and he's determining who gets to ascend and who must descend. He's being very fierce about it. He's pulling up those seeds. He's got his harvest, and he knows who's going to take flight. This soldier thief, this merchant who's been thieving and selling things to the merchant, is experiencing a misfortune. This is a servant of the underworld, of the vampire. It's time for them to experience a natural disaster and death. For the tinfoil hat conspiracies, for the rumors, the lies, everything that they did here to disrupt the truth and the integrity of humanity, the system of life. This is a Queen of Cups in the reverse, spiteful and smothering, committed to destroying the peace in the marriage. This is a third-party hoe bag, triangular vanity trap, looking to escape the dark side by destroying happy, loving people. This is a childish person who did not keep any promises they made. They tried to break your heart and strip your spirit of any health and well-being. They're offering resistance, but you're not saving them. Absolutely the frick not. There is conversation happening about the truth. About the truth. It's being podcast. It's being announced. It's being announced. The truth is out. They're a Julizia. They're Julizia. It's a jealous bitch troll. Trolling you. You're probably, trolling the legend. This is a fashion witch trolling the legend, wanting so badly to be you, but they're not. They're just not. You're not the same. Your genetics aren't the same. The way you think isn't the same. Your spiritual connections, your upper dimensional family isn't their family. They are an intelligent animal, a CRISPRed genetic modification, a mutation, trying to step in as an actual sun and star through intimate encounters and energy harvesting, bringing adversity to family, trying to destroy their peace. The peace of an empath. The peace of somebody who actually cares about the world. The sun is here, intimately connected, visiting Earth, offering denial to those who left you alone and abandoned you. They're in sorrow because your family's not playing. Your family's not playing. Because you're special. And you have a rainbow covenant. You're a family member of God, and you're an influencer. So you're an influence in this world, and these animals wanted to stop you from being an influence in the world. They wanted everybody low vibrational, vampiring everybody. They don't want you lifting everybody up and increasing the freaking energy of this planet. They have to have low vibrational energy. The high vibrational energy of you is just too much. They can't consume it. It's got to be turned into south node so that they can digest it. You and north node is just far too powerful. They can't deal with it. My own mother, who is a severe narcissist, before she died, like the last thing, I hadn't seen her in 7 years, and she shows up on my brother's birthday, Mother's Day, and she wanted to meet me for lunch, so I did. And I was talking to her because I hadn't seen her so long. I'm like, blah, 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 so happy to see her and everything. And she just looked at me and she said that it hurt her to be in my energy. And it gave her a headache to hear me talk. And then she died. That was the last thing she said to me. So they want forgiveness. They're not going to be able to snack on you. They did the forbidden thing. They were wearing your face and they were running out there consuming things, doing forbidden things. They have lost. They went to compromise over this freaking passion project. There's no love in them. They got to keep their distance. This is a black square doing the very least to gain the very most. They were love bombing and gaslighting starseeds who were well known throughout the galaxy, the cosmos. They are being warned to give the land back to this family. These feral people are being told to go F themselves by the oracle. This cult leader is jealous, and they are a privileged, trauma-bonded person. Perhaps they're only in a status of privilege because of trauma bonding. This is a fashion witch, and they've been trolling a freaking legend. This narcissist is a bitch and being told to stay in their own lane. Or they might think that you're a bitch because you're telling them to stay in your own lane. You've ripped the mask off of this little jackwagon, and they're upset. They want to get into your energy. And you're like, stay in your own freaking lane, you little simp. Now they're paranoid because they're not covered by your energy. They're not seen as you. And they can't feed on you. And they can't do things as you in the other spaces. It was forbidden. They did their very best to violate your reputation and to have people see you as a specific vile animal, terrorist. The fact of the matter is that this religious facility and these intelligent animals on the justice system and these little hoe bags, these genetically modified experiments, these half-breeds or whatever you want to call them, this triangular third-party freaking vanity trap of sexual perversity, yeah. They took a gamble and they lied and they lost. This is the message. I hope that it brings clarity to something you already intuitively knew, and I'll see you on the next one, everybody. Bye.